Hello class, and welcome to day one of the diversity jurisdiction class. Please turn all of your cameras on. Now that we have everybody, I'd like to introduce myself. I am Ben Eilert, and this is a Law 211 branch off called diversity jurisdiction. With that being said, let's begin. What is diversity jurisdiction and why? Even if a lawsuit doesn't focus on a federal question, you can still have it heard by federal court, and diversity jurisdiction allows for just that. There are two elements that must be met. Both of them must be met. Do remember that to trigger diversity jurisdiction. The first of which is the amount in controversy must exceed $75,000. The second one is there must be complete citizenship diversity. And let's explore those elements. Element one, the amount in controversy must be over $75,000, which means that it cannot be $75,000. It must be $75,001 or more. This number is determined at the time of the complaint, and punitive damages can be included. And I did mean to say determined at the time the complaint is filed. That is very important to remember. If you're in the defense side of this and you know for a fact that the amount of controversy is less than $75,000, you can get this number, the whole case actually, suit dismissed. And this number must be made in good faith. Moving forward, we're going to explore the second element, which is citizenship and complete diversity. That means that no plaintiff can be from the same state as any of the defendants. Citizenship, there is no blanket rule for this, and it's really determined based on who or what the focus is on with regard to plaintiff and defendant. Let's see what that means. As I said before, and as you're likely asking yourself as this is day one, how is citizenship determined? For citizens, you can look at domicile. Domicile is a permanent location that you intend to return to. It's a lot different than a residence. You can have multiple residences, but you can only have one domicile. You can change it, but you can only have one. For corporations, joint stock companies, partnerships, and other entities, the rules are a little different. For corporations, you can look at state of incorporation and principal place of business. For a joint stock company, you can look at citizenship of all shareholders, and partnerships, citizenship of all partners. As you can see, it's important to make sure you have the correct rule and way to find your citizenship. Finally, I decided to add a little infographic, as this is how I used to study for my litigation exams, and I thought that you guys would enjoy it as well. I would put the topic on the left and make sure both of the elements that both must be met. This is not one or the other. And you can find out exactly what you need to do to make sure everything's correct for diversity jurisdiction. Moving rightward to the bottom right, you can find that there are many rules for citizenship. I've listed them out, and there's other little tidbits and facts and rules to remember in between. This is important because we do have a test on Wednesday, and you can always use this PowerPoint to prepare. Thank you for listening, and it was a pleasure.